Hello students, in this particular video lecture we will be studying about that what a minimal cover or canonical cover is. So before starting with the definition and the algorithm to find the minimal cover, let's know what are the equivalent sets of functional dependency. Suppose I am having two sets of functional dependencies E and F. They are said to be equivalent if the closure of E and F denoted by E plus and F plus are equal. Closure means all the functional dependencies that I can conclude or I can imply by applying the Armstrong axiom to my initial set of functional dependencies, that is known as the closure. Suppose I am having A to B and B to C in E, right, in functional dependency set E, then using A to B and B to C, I can imply A to C, right? So A to C will be a new functional dependency in my closure of E, that is E plus. So two sets of functional dependencies E and F are said to be equivalent if their closures are equal, that is E plus is equal to F plus. Now what is a minimal cover? Sometimes it happens, suppose a user wants to update or user performs some changes on the database. What we want is, our objective is to ensure the integrity of our database, and what we want is, despite of any changes, I should not lose any of my functional dependency that my database was initially holding before updation, right? This is my objective. If the system goes into a state where it is violating any of the functional dependency, that I should roll back that particular operation which is violating my functional dependencies, right? So how you will ensure that no functional dependencies are violated? You have to check the whole set of functional dependency. Sometimes the set of functional dependencies is so large that you cannot verify if each functional dependency in the set is holding or not. So what we can do is, we can calculate a minimal cover. Minimal cover or canonical cover means the set of functional dependencies which is having the minimum possible number of functional dependencies. As the name suggests, minimal cover. Minimal cover means a set of functional dependencies which is having the minimum count of functional dependencies using by removing all the extra attributes. If I remove some extra attributes, some extra functional dependencies which I can imply, which I can conclude, the set of dependencies which I get by removing the extra attributes, by removing the extra dependencies, those that set of functional dependency is known as the minimal cover. This is what is written there. So let's start with this. We have minimal cover is basically a set of functional dependencies after removing the attributes, extra attributes. So we are having an algorithm to find the minimal cover F for set of functional dependencies E. Suppose my initial set of functional dependencies is E. I want to find out the minimal cover and I am storing the minimal cover in F. So we are starting with this. The first point, that I have stored my E into F. Now what I have to do is, for each functional dependency x to this, it means on the right side of my functional dependency I am having certain attributes. What I have done is, I have decomposed by applying the decomposition rule on the right side of my functional dependency. I will separate these attributes into different functional dependencies. So a1, a2, an, they are all dependent on x. I will separate it as a1 on x, a2 on x and an on x, right? Then for each functional dependency we will perform a check to find out the extra attribute, extraneous attribute. For each functional dependency x to a in my F, what I have to do is, for each attribute b that is an element of x, I am assuming that x is not a single attribute. It is a set of composite attributes. I can have a functional dependency like AB to C. AB to C means AB is my left side of functional dependency, C is my right side. So AB, it might happen that any one of the attribute A or B can be extraneous in this functional dependency. Then I have to remove that attribute, right? So what I am assuming is that X is a set of attributes. what this algorithm says, that if I remove this functional dependency x2a from my set f and I add a new dependency to my f by that I have got by removing the attribute b. Suppose I give you an example. Suppose the left side of my functional dependency is bd, right, and right side is a. Suppose the functional dependency is bd to a. What the algorithm is saying is that you remove bd to a from my set of functional dependencies and now you add d to a. It means I have removed the attribute b from bd to a. Now I have added d to a, the new functional dependency. If I can do this, if I can still retain the earlier situation, the earlier set of functional dependencies, right, then we can remove b. So it is saying that we should replace this x by a with x minus b by a in f, right. If it is the case, if we can do so, then we will say that b is the extra attribute on the left side of my functional dependency, right. So next is, fourth point is, for each remaining functional dependency we have to check if the functional dependency x2a can be implied from another. Suppose I'll say I have a set of functional dependencies a to b, b to c and a to c. Here I can easily say that I can remove the functional dependency a to c. Why? Because having a to b and b to c, I can easily conclude a to c. So there is no use of keeping this functional dependency in my set. Instead of 3 functional dependencies, I can easily have 2 functional dependencies, because third functional dependency can be easily concluded from the first 2 functional dependency. So this is what my fourth point is saying. If it is possible to remove any particular functional dependency because it can be concluded from other FDs, then remove it, right. This was the algorithm. You will understand this if we will continue with the examples. The final set or the canonical cover we denote using this FC. What are the 2 conditions? That no functional dependency in my canonical cover should have any extra attribute. This is what our condition is, that we have to remove all the extra attributes either on the left side or on the right side of my functional dependencies, right. Each left side of functional dependency in FC is unique. It means if I am having a set of functional dependencies in my canonical cover, the left side of each functional dependency in my canonical cover should be different, right. This is what are the 2 conditions. Now let's start with an example. This is the first example. We are given the set of functional dependencies a to bc, b to c, a to b and ab to c. Now canonical cover cannot have the left side of 2 functional dependencies as same. You can see this a to bc and a to b, the left side is a. So we will combine this a to bc and a to b. When we will combine, it will become a to bc, because bc is there, b and bc, it will become a to bc. Now we will check only those functional dependencies for extra attribute where there are more than 1 attribute on left side or right side. Where there are only 1 attribute on either side, on both sides of the functional dependency, like in the case of b to c, we don't check it because we cannot remove anything from there, right. We don't have any extra attribute. We are having only 1 attribute on both sides, so we won't check it for the canonical cover. Now let's start with a to bc. Let's start with ab to c. We need to check, do right side is not having any extra attribute, is a or b any attribute extra here. Let's check for a. You can see this, if I remove a from here, it will become b to c. B to c means c is dependent on b. B to c we are already having here, right. So it means I can easily remove this extra attribute a, because if I remove a, it is not going to change the closure of b. C can be easily determined using b, then why we need a? A is not required. because C is dependent only on B. So A is not required, so we will remove A here and it will become B to C. Now we have two B to C here. One B to C is already we are having, one we have concluded by removing A. So we are now left with two functional dependencies, A to BC and B to C, right? This AB to C has become B to C, where we have removed A, and B to C we have twice, so we will remove one B to C, so it will become A to BC and B to C. Now we will check for A to BC. Is C extraneous? Yes, you can see C is extraneous, because if I remove C from there, I am left with, if I remove C from here, I am left with A to B, right? I am left with A to B. I am already having B to C in the upper section of my on the upper point of my question. A to B, if I remove C, and B to C I am already having, it means A to B and B to C logically employs using the transitive Armstrong axiom A to C. It means C is dependent on A. So C is not required here, because the closure of A will not going to be changed, right? So now you can see, if I remove C from there, it will become A to B and B to C. So instead of the four functional dependencies that we are having in the question, we have now concluded this closure of my functional dependencies, that is A to B and B to C. We have removed the extra attributes. You can still check in the initial, if you calculate the closure in according to the initial question, the closure of B was having B and C. The closure of A was having A, B and C. And closure of C is having C only. If you can see here, if you calculate the closure of A here, it is still having A, B and C. Closure of B is still having B and C. Closure of C is still having C. It means the closure of all the attributes are still same even if we remove the extra attributes, right? So why we need to check the four functional dependencies if there's minimal cover we can obtain. So this is the minimal cover, the canonical cover of my functional dependency set F. Now let's practice the another example. We are given A to BC, B to AC, C to AB. Because in this case all the three functional dependencies are having two attributes on the right side, so we will check the right side of each functional dependency. Let's start with A to BC. Suppose I am assuming that B is extra here. If I remove B from there, the set will look like this, A to C. I have removed B from this, it will look like A to C, B to AC, C to AB. Now compute the closure. What you have to check is the closure should remain the same of all the attributes. It should not change even after removing the attributes. If the closure remains same, it means that we can easily remove the extra attributes. Now you see, if I calculate the closure of A, it is A to C. A is having A and C itself. Because it is A to C and C to B, it means A is having B. It means using A, the closure of A is A, B, C. B can be still determined. Here we were having that B was dependent on A. After removing B, even then I can find out that B can be determined using A. Then why we need to keep B there? So if we remove B from here, we can still find out B using A, right? You can see it from the closure that I have computed using the new functional dependency set, right? So we can say that B is extra here. We will remove B from there. Now let's check for this B to AC. Now if we remove A from here, here using this I can say the closure of B will be B, A and C. If I remove A from there, can I still have A in the closure of B? I have to check. If I remove A from here, it will become B to C. Now you can see B to C and C to A means A is dependent on C, C dependent on B means A is dependent on B. It means the closure of B will remain same even if I remove A from this particular functional dependency. it means A was extra and I can easily remove it. You have to make sure that the closure of all the attributes before removing the extra attributes and after removing the attributes, extra attributes should remain same, and this is what I am checking here, right? Now from C to AB, this has become now B to C, this has become A to C and B to C, right? Now what we are having is A to C and B to C. Now C to AB, if I remove A from here and now before removing, if I calculate the closure, the closure of C will be having ABC, A dependent on C, B dependent on C, C itself dependent on C. If I remove A from here, I will be left with C to B. Using that C to B, after removing A, if I calculate the closure of C, I will not have the attribute A in the closure of C. It means the closure of C will change if I remove any of these two attributes from this functional dependency. It means neither A nor B is extra in this particular functional dependency, so this will be the final closure. I have removed B from there, I have removed A from there, no extra attribute was there, so this is the minimal or the canonical cover of my functional dependency set F. Thank you, class.